Beware the shadows that cling to old stones, for some houses remember. They remember the footsteps that crossed their thresholds, the whispers that echoed in their halls, and the darkness that settled within their walls. And sometimes, if you listen closely enough, they remember you. Welcome, my dear children of the dark. Tonight, we venture into the heart of a place where the veil between worlds feels thin, a place steeped in history and shadowed by unsettling tales. While the stories you're about to hear are crafted from the deepest corners of imagination, they are inspired by a very real location, the infamous Hitchcock House in Lewis, Iowa. Prepare yourselves, for as we delve into the darkness that resides there, tonight, my dear Raven, you are there. It's late October, and a long weekend at the old Hitchcock House is planned. You know the one, out in Lewis, Iowa. The one steeped in history, layered with stories. Your friends are buzzing about it, a bit of spooky fun before Halloween. But for you, a cold knot tightens in your gut at the mention of the name. You've read up on the place. Built in 1856, it's seen a lot. And if the local whispers hold any truth, not all of it is good. Even thinking about the drive there, a shiver traces its way down your spine. A sense of dread clinging to the edges of your mind long before you see its dark shape on the horizon. You and your friends arrive just as the sun dips below the horizon, casting long, twisted shadows across the overgrown yard. The house itself looks like something out of a nightmare. Dark, imposing, with eyes for windows that seem to watch you even from the driveway. The air feels heavy, cold, even though it's not that chilly outside. It's a different kind of cold, one that feels like it's seeping into your bones, not from the outside air, but from the house itself. Inside, dust motes dance in the fading light as you and your friends walk in. The floorboards groan under every step, and there's this pervasive, musty smell, like old secrets and decay. You and your friends try to make light of it, cracking jokes, but the forced laughter feels thin and brittle in the oppressive silence. That evening, every creak of the house settling, every rustle of leaves outside sounds amplified, malevolent. Around 2 a.m., you're jolted awake by a sound from downstairs. Not a creak, but something heavier, a drag, like furniture being moved. You lie there, heart hammering against your ribs, trying to rationalize it. Old house, wind, whatever. But the sound comes again. Drag. Scrape. Drag. It's slow. Deliberate. And it's definitely coming from the living room directly below your bedroom. You nudge your friend, Mark, who's sleeping on an air mattress next to you. He just mumbles and rolls over. You're on your own. Against every instinct, screaming at you to stay put, you slowly, silently slide out of your sleeping bag. The cold of the floorboard seeps instantly into your bare feet. Each shift of your weight is met with a soft, protesting groan from the wood beneath you, a sound that feels deafening in the suffocating quiet. Stay put. Don't be stupid, your mind screams, but your feet carry you towards the door. You ease it open a crack, the ancient hinges groaning softly in protest. The hallway is a void of blackness, thick and absolute, pressing in on your eyes. The dragging sound continues, punctuated now by soft, heavy thuds from downstairs. It sounds like something weighty being set down, then dragged again. What is that? The question puts a pit in your gut. You creep to the top of the stairs and peer down into the inky blackness of the lower hallway. You can see nothing. The darkness is complete, but the sounds are clearer now, echoing up the stairwell. Drag, thud, scrape, thud. Then a new sound. A soft, guttural sigh seems to rise from the darkness below. It's close, too close. A primal fear, ancient and deep, washes over you, and a cold, acrid taste fills your mouth, leaving it dry and sour. You freeze, breath catching in your throat, and your muscles go rigid. The sounds stop abruptly. The silence that follows is the most terrifying thing of all. A profound stillness settles, and you feel a distinct, unseen awareness pressing in. You stand there, every muscle locked tight with tension, for what feels like an eternity, straining your ears against the silence until they ache. Nothing. Just the frantic, deafening thump, thump, thump of your blood in your ears. Slowly, you cautiously start to back away from the stairs, and that's when you hear it. A soft, wet squish from the bottom of the stairs, followed by another and another. It sounds sickeningly like bare feet moving on a damp floor, except you know the floor isn't damp. The sounds start ascending the stairs. Slow, deliberate. Squish, squish, squish. Each one is agony to your frayed nerves. Whatever it is coming up. The thought explodes in your mind, raw with terror. Suddenly, a hand clamps down on your shoulder. You yelp, a strangled sound caught in your throat, spinning around, heart leaping into your mouth. In the faint light from the hallway crack, you see Mark's face, pale and wide-eyed, just inches from yours. He's awake. "Did you?" he whispers, his voice hoarse with fear, his eyes darting towards the stairs. You just nod, unable to speak, the squishing sounds continuing their slow ascent. The sheer, terrifying reality of it crashes over you. You're not imagining it. And now, neither is Mark. You don't wait. Both you and Mark scramble back into the room, fumbling blindly for the door handle, your fingers clumsy with panic. You find it, twist, and slam the door shut with a force that rattles the frame. You throw your body against the wood, Mark pressing close beside you, both of you pressing an ear to the cold surface. Outside, the squishing sounds continue their ascent, reaching the landing just outside your door. They pause. A soft, deliberate scrape right outside your door, like a fingernail dragging slowly, deliberately down the wood just inches from your ear. You squeeze your eyes shut. Beside you, Mark's sharp intake of breath catches as the scraping simply cuts out. The silence that's left isn't empty. It's taut, listening. You stay there, pressed against the door, the rough wood digging into your cheek, and Mark, a trembling weight beside you, until the first hint of gray dawn filters through the dusty window panes. Only then does the house feel less like a predator and more like just an old, decaying structure. That morning, as you and your friends prepared to leave, the others in the group were already awake, looking exhausted, their faces lined and their eyes avoiding yours and Mark's. They shake their heads, claiming they heard nothing, slept through it all. But you saw their rigid forms in their sleeping bags, saw they were too terrified to even breathe, let alone move. The drive home later is tense, and the silence. You both know what you heard, you and Mark, and you both carry that feeling of something uninvited but undeniably present on the other side of the door. A feeling you haven't shaken, a certainty that it's still there, waiting in that dark house. Sometimes, late at night, in the quiet, you can still hear it. That soft, wet squish sound just outside your door, a chilling echo from the darkness you left behind. Your job takes you all over the country, often staying in strange, temporary places. This time, it's a small town near Lewis, Iowa. The company has rented a house for you for a few months. A large, old place. You are staying there alone. It's not the infamous Hitchcock House itself, but it's close enough that you can see its dark shape looming in the distance from your back window. You've heard the name before? Seen it online when looking up the area? Notorious, supposedly. Haunted. You're not one for ghost stories, but you figure, hey, it's free accommodations, right? How bad could a nearby house be? Pretty bad, it turns out. From the moment you settle in, a subtle shift in the air greets you. It's not just old and creaky. It feels dense, like a physical weight pressing down on everything, on the air, on your chest. It makes it hard to breathe sometimes, not physically, but emotionally. A constant sense of dread settles over you. Cold and heavy in your gut. A feeling of being watched from the moment you step inside. And you can't shake the feeling that this oppressive weight, this unseen gaze, is radiating from that dark house down the road. During that initial period, the feeling was constant. The weight, it's always there, in every room, following you. You turn around suddenly, expecting to see someone, and the hairs on your arms begin to prickle, but there's no one there. Just the empty room, the weighted silence, and the sense of being anchored down. It's always strongest when you glance out the window towards the Hitchcock House. You tell yourself, it's just the late hour. My eyes are playing tricks on me. That's all. But things start to happen. Small things at first, easily dismissed. Doors you knew you'd closed would be open when you turn back. You'd leave a book on the nightstand, only to find it later on a chair downstairs. Your keys would vanish from the kitchen counter and reappear on the mantelpiece in the living room. You search frantically, and a knot of frustration begins to tighten in your chest, only for the missing item to turn up in a place you know you didn't put it. You try to brush it off as a distraction. It's just stress. Or maybe I'm just misplacing things in an unfamiliar house. As it is happening, you ask yourself, did I do that? Did I move it without thinking? I must be more tired than I thought. But a cold knot of fear would tighten in your gut when you thought of the house down the road. Coincidence. Stop being paranoid. You were woken up by a sound in the hallway outside your bedroom. Your first thought is the house settling. But this isn't the familiar groan of old wood. It's a distinct, soft tapping. A deliberate rhythm. Something is moving out there. And you can almost feel the weight intensify. A heavy cloak settling over the room. It is coming from just outside your door. Thinking to yourself, oh my God, I'm the only one here. Did someone break in? Should I check? What can I even use to defend myself? You are frantic, heart hammering against your ribs. You look around the dimly lit room, eyes darting for anything that could serve as a weapon. You spot the heavy vase on the side table. Your hand trembles as you reach for it, the ceramic cool and smooth against your skin. Clutching the vase, you creep towards the door, every nerve screaming at you to stay put, but the need to know, the need to confront, is a cold, hard knot in your gut. The tapping continues, a slow, maddening beat just inches away. It goes on for about 2 or 3 minutes, back and forth, the rhythm a slow, maddening beat. Then it stops, right outside your door. Taking a shaky breath, you slowly reach for the doorknob. Your hand is shaking, but you are still able to grip it tightly. With a slow, agonizing creak, you ease the door open, just a crack at first, then wider. The hallway is a void of blackness, thick and absolute. The air that hits you, it is colder than the room you just left, carrying that same unsettling, dense feeling. You step out into the darkness, clutching the vase, your eyes straining to see, your heart pounding a frantic rhythm against your ribs. The tapping has stopped, but the silence that replaces it is somehow worse. Strained, waiting silence. Every shadow in the dimly lit hallway seems to deepen, to writhe at the edges of your vision. You strain your ears, listening for any sound, any movement, but there is nothing. Only the frantic pounding of your blood and the harsh weight of the house pressing in on you. You are still alone in the house, but the feeling of being watched is overwhelming now. A physical presence in the darkness just beyond your door. You don't know what was making that sound, but you know, with a certainty that chills you to the bone, that it is still out there, right there. You sense a shift in the absolute dark near your feet. Suddenly, a cold, unseen force wraps around your ankle, yanking your feet out from under you. The heavy vase slips from your grasp, shattering on the floor with a loud crash as you are dragged, screaming, into the absolute darkness of the hallway. So, my dear children of the dark, the Hitchcock House. A place where the past isn't past at all, but a living, breathing entity that clings to those who dare to enter. Whether it's the unseen guest, the echoing laughter of spectral children, or the crushing weight of its history, some places simply refuse to let go. And perhaps neither should you. This is Lady Lenore, guiding you back to the light, if only for a moment. Sleep well, my children of the dark, and if you wish to return to the shadows again, strike the like button, subscribe, and let the bell guide your way back. And tell me, Raven, what horrors have followed you home? Leave your story in the comments, if you dare.